Thank you, President. And my question is for the Minister for Medical Research, Minister Pulford. Endometriosis is a chronic inflammatory condition that affects 1 in 9 women. The pain is sharp, with sufferers describing it like a knife twisting inside their stomachs. Patients are typically prescribed opioids or even benzodiazepines, and these are slow-acting but addictive. Sufferers commonly present to emergency departments due to the severity of the pain. Dr Mike Amor, the Senior Research Fellow in Reproductive Health at the University of Western Sydney, and his team are looking to launch a longitudinal study as to whether medicinal cannabis can reduce the number of emergency department admissions for endo sufferers, because what we find is that with medicinal cannabis, the pain relief can be very immediate in the way that it's titrated. So my question just is simply, would the Minister or her office be willing to meet with Dr Amor to discuss Victoria as a suitable location for this study?
Minister.
Thank you, President, and I thank Ms Patten for her question and her interest in this condition, endometriosis, which is so incredibly debilitating for so many women in our community. I think that, as I understand, there is an extraordinary time between onset of symptoms and diagnosis for women experiencing endometriosis in the order of 7 or 8 years on average. It's just quite remarkable when you think about how debilitating the symptoms are, and like you, and I'm sure like other colleagues, we all have friends that live with this condition and its consequences. And so I would love very much to take up your invitation for that meeting. I know the Hudson Institute in Clayton have world-leading expertise in inflammation and its relationship to a number of conditions, and endometriosis is an area that they have a particular interest in. And so Professor Amor, I think you said, I would welcome the opportunity to explore how we might work in partnership with him on something so important that affects so many women in the Victorian community, and indeed, of course, their families and their support crews. And so thank you for the question. I would welcome the opportunity.
Ms Patten on a supplementary.
Thank you, President, and thank you, Minister, for that. And you're absolutely right. And but by way of a supplementary, we're starting to see all of these different roles for medicinal cannabis, and you yourself, were very much part of that first debate to get medicinal cannabis available in Victoria. And so I'm just wondering whether you could tell me whether there is any other research that the government is getting behind in Victoria in regards to medicinal cannabis.
Minister.
Thank you. Thank Ms Patten for her further question and her ongoing interest in the current and prospective use of medicinal cannabis to support people through a range of conditions. I have, in a previous role, had the opportunity to meet some of the sort of pioneers in this area, and it is a very, very exciting potential new treatment for an extraordinary range of conditions affecting people in the Victorian community. I might take the supplementary question on notice so that I can provide you with some detail about what research activity is underway. I do know of some, but let me have a bit of a scan of our research institutes and universities and see what's underway, and I'll provide that information to you at the earliest opportunity. I might, President, seek your forbearance. It might take more than a day.